Hello and welcome to the Penelope Possum channel with me, your host, Penelope the Possum. I was initially going to do something, maybe play a game, but I just didn't really feel like playing a game today. I couldn't think of a game I wanted to play today. Hello. I guess we'll try to find something to react to, maybe? How about this? And that. Where? And this. And that. Looks like you're the only one here right now. Right, true? I have so many emails. Yes? How can I help you, Toast? Oh, you want to leave? Go ahead. Go on. Paint. I just stuck my thumb into a bunch of paint. That's nice, isn't it?
Hey guys, Super Horror Bro.
Ah, frick. Is it not Thursday? No, but it's Thursday. Everybody should know, like, the schedule at this point.
Mike here, and in today's video we are playing That's Not My Neighbor. Now this is a new horror game where we play a security guard at an apartment block, and we're basically meant to be letting in the neighbors who live there. However, some people will be imposters and they'll be trying to get access to this apartment block while not actually living there. And some of them will even be monsters trying to find their way into the apartment block so they can attack us. So we've kind of got to look at their records, look at their details, and basically work out if they belong in the apartment building or not. So with that said, guys, let's check out That's Not My Neighbor and see what this game is all about.
It is Thursday.
Let's go.
I was about to say, no, it's not Friday.
Arcade mode.
Tomorrow's
the doppelgangers
Friday.
you let in don't kill you immediately, but at the end of a run. Get a score rank at the end of a run according to your performance.
Also, welcome.
Possibility to find and complete the Chester's quiz. So this is the only mode we have currently available, I think. Yeah, they're working on additional modes for developers, so we've only got one mode to begin with, which is arcade mode. There's no story mode or anything yet. So we're just going to check out a few rounds of this game and see what it's all about. Let's dive in and let's get going. Ooh, got a little cutscene.
Also,
Wasn't expecting.
all credit to Super Horror Bro Mike for this video.
Cutscenes. The following short film is a production of DDD with educational fines. Oh my god, got lots of eyes. Hello, if you're watching this film, it's because you're the new doorman in your building. Your job is to determine whether the person who wants to enter the building is a doppelganger. Okay. As everyone knows, doppelgangers have the ability to transform into another person and impersonate them. but some are not too good at it and could generate imperfections. You have to pay close attention to the appearance of your neighbors. Also, remember to fill out the checklist for each neighbor. You can't miss any detail because it could mean death for you and your neighbors. This is the structure of your office. Now we're going to explain how it works. Here is the security window. Don't forget to observe very well each individual who approaches. Okay, gotta check them thoroughly. On the right hand side you have folders with all of the data for each neighbor according to the respective floor. Okay, we've got character profiles.
Well,
to
it
fill out
looks
the
like it
checklist,
works.
take one of the lists in front of you. Okay, so we check the notepad. Receive documents from this hatch. This is going to take a bit of learning, I think. If you determine that the individual isn't a doppelganger, then allow them into the building with these buttons. Okay, so we let them in there. Or otherwise, if you determine that it is in fact a doppelganger, press the emergency button and call 3312.
3312.
To communicate with the DDD or any apartment in your building, use the telephone in front of you. Your job is really important, so make sure you do it right. Alright, I think that's all we need to know then. Let's get going. Finally, we congratulate the doorman of the month, Henry. Oh, nice. It wasn't that he did an excellent job, but he was the only doorman in the area who didn't get killed by the doppelgangers. So be like Henry. Okay, fair enough. He survived, but better. Okay, we've got to be better than Henry. All right, let's do this, guys. I think I've got it. Got the basics now. We're in the office. Oh, we got our first person. Welcome and congratulations on your new job. As you can see on the introductory film, your job is to verify the entry of the neighbors of your building. Each day will be a list of individuals who will be requested entry to the building. It is possible that there are individuals who request entry and aren't on the list. In which case, you will mark on the checklist that they are not on the list and proceed to question the individual. Also, you must verify that the ID and entry request are correct, and you have the respective DDD form. Don't forget to also check the expiration on the IDs. Remember, it's February 1955.
1955?
I wish you good luck. Okay, we've got the date up here, guys, to remember, and the emergency number here to call the DDD.
1955?
Don't know what DDD
That's a long
means.
time ago, isn't it?
Oh my god. This looks like a monster, what the heck? Bruh. Are you meant to live in the apartment block? Yeah, you don't live here. I'm gonna close that right now. Cause, that was not human, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, do we close it and then do we call the number, actually? 3, 3, 1, 2. Let's see what they say. I think this is what we're meant to do, right? We're meant to call the number if we see a threat. You have contacted the DDD. A group of agents has been sent to your building. Please wait for the cleaning protocol to run. Hope we got this right. How do we know when it's run? Oh yeah, there we go. Cleaning protocol complete. You can continue your job. Awesome. So yeah, I assume they were a monster. We weren't meant to let them in, right? Okay, now we've got a regular looking human. Good afternoon. Hello. Let me check. Are you meant to be on here? You're not on here, actually. So you're not meant to be visiting today or living here. So let's check your ID. Roman Stalinsky. His ID has not expired,
Jesus.
guys.
He looks like a Minecraft villager.
Check each option on the list and mark as appropriate. Okay. Oh, look. He's not got a hat in the picture. So, I don't think he's who he says he is, guys. He's got a scar on his chin. Yeah, look, guys, he's not got a hat in the picture. His ID number 48392405. Okay, let's just check the ID number again.
Where's a hat?
I think the ID number was right. Yeah, the ID number I think is right. Oh, he does wear a hat. Okay, that's fine. He does wear a hat. He's got the hat on. He's got a scar on his right chin. He's got a long face. Big nose. I think he's okay. Apartment phone number 1152. Let's call the apartment. I'm getting the hang of this. Let's see what the apartment says. Because he's not on the list today. Hello. Louis Stalinsky speaking. My husband is not at home. Okay, so he can come up then. Is he back? Yes. Yeah, let's let him in. Hopefully we've done right there, guys. I don't know. We let up somebody. Hopefully the right person. No! I didn't realize I had to lock it again. She just walked straight through. Great. Good afternoon. Hello. Are you on the list? He is, but he doesn't have a hat on. He's on number 2. He wears a hat though, so that's fine. Let's check his details. Big eyebrows, prominent mustache, wears a hat, round face, short hair. Yeah, he looks okay. Let's check his ID number though. 778566.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks good.
219322. I think that's right. Yes. He's a writer. 5123. Let's call 5123. We'll see what the apartment has to say about this guy. Hello, Gloria Schmidt speaking. My husband is not at home. Alright, I'm gonna let you through, buddy. But I'm gonna lock this straight away now. Not gonna make the same mistake again, guys, where we let the wrong person through twice. Oh, God. He's got maggots growing in his face. That can't be right. Good afternoon.
Yeah, I don't think that's right.
Yeah, that's that doesn't look right. He's called Albertsky Peachman. He's not here. He doesn't have a floor number. I'm just gonna say you're yeah, you shouldn't be here, buddy. So I'm gonna lock this down. I'm gonna call 3312. And we're gonna get rid of this guy because he looks like an anomaly, right? He looks like a monster. Shouldn't be having maggots growing out his face. You have connected the DDD.
Goodness.
A group of agents has been sent to your building. Cool. Please wait for the cleaning protocol to run. This is really tricky, this game, guys, like to get the hang of it. But I think I'm slowly sort of getting accustomed to it. Cleaning protocol is completed. You can continue your job. Okay, we got rid of that guy. Yeah, this guy looks legit. This is the normal version of that guy. So he is
Albert.
floor 1. And he's not on the list for today, but we can check. Okay, so he has a mustache, a prominent chin, a big nose, big eyebrows, long face.
Yeah.
I'd say he's looking pretty spot on right there. I don't know what you guys think. He's a shoemaker. His ID number 146512986. Does he not have an ID? I'm a resident of a building. I come from my job as a shoemaker. Why do you not have ID?
Yeah, it is a little
Let me
weird.
call his apartment. 2268.
What?
Huh. He hasn't given me an ID to verify, guys. Oh, I meant to do the checklist as well. Okay, so he hasn't got an ID. He isn't on today's list. His appearance matches. His entry request, he says, is a shoemaker, which does match. I'm sorry, yes, I forgot to show my ID. I'm not on today's list because I had to leave due to an emergency at work. Oh, he's given us the ID now. 14651298. Okay, let's just check this. 146512986354. Yeah, that's right. I think he's okay. I'm gonna let him through, guys. Go on, man. Right, let's lock it. Who have we got next? I didn't realize we had to question them and mark the checklist off. Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Good afternoon.
Trypophobia warning.
She's not on the list. Yeah, her face does not look like that, but let's check. Does she even have like... Yeah, she lives on floor 201. Okay, let's see.
Banker.
Yeah, this is definitely not her. Look at her face, man. I'm just gonna send her away. There's no way, but I'm letting that woman in. I think it's very obvious that she's not who she says she is, right? I'll skip this time. There we go. Cleaning protocol complete. They got rid of the entity, guys. You can continue your job. Nice. Okay. Now, this game is kind of scary at times. Because you get those weird ones that just have, like, bizarre features. Hello. Hello, how you doing? Okay, she looks like she's meant to be here. Floor 4. Oh no, floor 104. I'm a resident of a building. I come from my job as a model. Eleanor Sevchet or something. Wait, why can I not click the folder? Am I not allowed to click it? I'm very confused. She hasn't got ID. Her appearance matches. I can't verify her entry request. Is she on today's list? Yes. I'm gonna question her. Here's my ID. My entry request. I don't see anything wrong with my entry request. Okay. Well, this is her ID number. Why can I not check the folder? Is it broken? Is it bugged out?
Might be bugged out.
She's on the list. I can't check any more of her details. So I'm just gonna let her through. I don't know why I couldn't check the folder. I still can't check the folder for some reason. Hello. This is a milkman. Are you meant to be on here? Looks like this dude. Francis Mosses. It is that guy. What floor does he live on? Floor 302.
Goodness, he looks tired.
Long nose, thin chin, tired eyes, short hair, wears a hat. I think that's him. Tired eyes. Yeah, I think this is him, guys.
Looks like him.
Let me just check his ID. Yeah, his ID seems to match. ID's valid. I think this guy's who he says he is. Let me just check. ID, appearance, entry request is on today's list. Yes. Complete checklist. Perfect. The door? Okay, there we go. We let him through. Hopefully we did the right thing there. I don't know. See, this is the right woman now. Like, before she had all those, like, holes in her face. It was really creepy. Now this is the right woman, I think. So, we can select floor 1 again now. That's really strange. Okay, let's have a look. So, your name is Gloria Schmidt. Wait, didn't we ring the Schmidt residence earlier and someone was up there? She's floor 201. She's a banker, round face, mole on right cheek, short hair, round nose. Yeah, she seems okay. 698522341150. That's right, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. I think she's looking like our gal, so to speak. I'm gonna just double check and call the apartment. I thought she was already home though. Hello, Gloria Schmidt speaking. See, Gloria Schmidt. My husband and I are in the apartment right now.
Goodness.
We are not expecting any visitors today. What the heck? That means this one is not who she says she is. Oh, Gloria. It's the name that's different. Yeah, okay. We're locking this thing down. And we're calling for backup, guys. Here we go.
Goodness.
Gonna get the cleanup crew coming out. This is kind of sketchy.
I'm really gonna have to wash my hands off.
You've contacted the DDD. A group of agents has been sent to your building. Please wait for the cleaning protocol to run. Sweet. Just take her away. I'm kind of scared. That was kind of eerie, you know. We called the apartment. They were actually there. Cleaning protocol is complete. You can continue your job now. Sweet, thanks.
That's so weird.
All right, who have we got next?
Oh,
Ooh,
he looks
hello.
like an old man.
Good afternoon.
With a broom mustache.
Good afternoon to you. You're not on our list, buddy. Now let me see. Alf Kapukin. Floor 304. I'm a resident of a building. I come from my job as a lawyer. All right, let's check floor 3.
Oh, there he is. Big nose,
Alf
prominent.
Kapukin, lawyer.
Uses a monocle. Wears
The number
a hat
of his
around.
badge is there. 1205480963447. That's right. So far, looking exactly like our man. Big nose, prominent mustache,
brush my teeth.
use of a monocle, wears a hat, round face. I'm pretty sure he's not on today's list. Entry request, appearance, ID, I think all check out, so let's just question him. Am I not on today's list? No. I think there's an error. I should be on the list. Look at your list again. You're definitely not on it. So, let me call the apartment to double check, buddy. So this should be who he lives with. This woman here. 4258. I'm calling upstairs. 4258.
I actually don't
says.
like. Oh yeah,
Hopefully
the
she's
ID
home.
number is wrong, but no one said Mike was
Hello.
intelligent.
Raftalian speaking. My husband is not at home. Is he back? I think you're okay, buddy. I'm gonna let you through.
No, that was a doppelganger,
Hopefully,
you
I
idiot.
did the right thing there. Okay. So, who's next? Have we got more? I don't know how many we have to see.
Oh, it's a young girl.
Hi, or whatever. Bit moody. We recognize this lady. She's Anastasia McKillies. They've all got like foreign names, guys. I can't pronounce them very well.
Michaelis.
She's on floor 2. Let me check. Okay, her ID's valid. I live here, whatever. I come home from school. Floor 204. Alright, let's have a look. Yeah, that was her sister that came up earlier. Or her mother, maybe? I think her mother. But I don't know if we should have let her through. So she's a student. She checks out there. She said she came from school. Tired eyes, 2 ponytails, small nose, round face.
Yeah, that looks accurate.
That all matches. Let's check her ID. 132698534462. I think that's right.
I should
I
play
think
this
she's
sometime.
fully checked out here. So I'm just gonna mark all of that. Can you open the door for me now? Yeah, sure. Or whatever. There you go. Right, I think that's it, guys.
I think, yeah, sure, I can do this as another. I'll download this later and play it for one of the spooky, scary Saturdays. One of these days. Hello.
Wait, we already let you up. Good afternoon. No.
I think the other one was...
How is this guy the same? Let me check his floor number. Floor 304. Okay, so his ID number 12054809347.
That's the right... Oh, no,
That's
you
correct.
let the wrong one in.
He doesn't have a hat in the picture. I don't know if that matters.
No,
I'm gonna have to ring the apartment, guys, because we let someone else up. Because this guy looks, I think. Entry request, no. Not on today's list, question him. My entry request? I think everything is fine with my entry request. Am I not on today's list? I think there is an error. I should be on the list.
That's what he said last time.
Look at the list again. No, you're definitely not on. He looks a bit mysterious, doesn't he? Bit dastardly. So he should be this guy. Macaulay Rude Boys. Floor 303. Okay. Macaulay. Let's check that again.
Looks like a gangster or something.
Macaulay. That his name looks right.
Always wears a hat.
9645161846111. Yeah, that checks out. His ID is in date. Has a mustache, a big nose, a goatee, smokes, always wears a hat. Yeah, that all checks out.
He's on the list.
So his ID and appearance match. He doesn't have an entry request. He is on today's list. Let's question him. Oh, I forgot to show my entry request form. Here it is. He says he's coming from doing the shopping. So to double check that, guys, I'm going to call the apartment. Stephen Rudboys is his, like, I guess his son.
Probably
He's a pilot.
son.
4242 is the number. Let's see if he really was meant to be going shopping. Hello, Stephen speaking. My father is not at home. Alright, I'm just gonna let you through, buddy. I'm gonna choose to believe you. So, is everything in order? It seems to be. Can you open the door for me then? Yep,
He
there you
looks
go.
a bit like a Muppet, too.
Okay, let's see what happens next. I don't know how many people we have to see, guys. Oh, wait a second. We let her up already.
There's
Oops.
2 women that look the same.
Oh no, she's got a different name. Look, it's called Celine or Selene, and her actual name is Eleanor. So, what we're gonna do here, guys, is lock this sucker down.
Oh
Gonna
boy.
call for the backup, and we're gonna just make sure she gets taken.
Super hard bro Mike is not the smartest. I'll look into that later. Didn't know it was a...
Taken away by the DDD cleanup crew, because she is not who she said. 303, okay. He's retired, has a mustache, big nose, has a goatee, smokes. He has all of this stuff. Let me ask him why he hasn't got an entry request.
Oh yeah, he's very not perceptive.
Also, I just want to check his ID number. So his ID number looks to check out, right? So I'm gonna say ID and appearance match, but he doesn't have an entry request. He is on today's list. He just, you know, I've let one up. I don't know what I can do here. This is insane. I have to like send him away, right? You've contacted the DDD. Okay, skip. Cleaning protocol complete. I'm probably gonna have massacred loads of innocents here. You can continue your job. All right, I wanna know like if we can get an end to this so I can work out if I'm doing this right or wrong, you know? Oh no, we got caught. We got killed, guys.
Ew, squelchy.
Okay, we definitely let someone wrong up. Level summary, let's see. So Doppel's captured 5. Neighbors killed 2. No, we killed 2 of the innocent neighbors. Doppels, you allowed him 1. Ah, I wonder if that was the woman at the start, but we accidentally let through.
Right.
Click to see the details, rank B. Okay, let's see who we
Roll for perception.
Oh, Alf. He had fake documents. No, I was suspicious of him. All right, guys. Well, there we go. That's my first attempt at this game. I think I'm probably gonna leave it there for now because if we do another round, we'll have to go through like another like 35 minutes or so of, you know, gameplay. Seems like each round lasts roughly half an hour. So yeah, if you want to see me play more of this, if this video does well and you'd like me to play more now I know what I'm actually doing with it, just let me know.
I'll look into buying that, maybe.
Not My Neighbor. Definitely an interesting game and quite a fun one at that. So yeah, again, I might cover some more of this in the future, but for now, this was my introduction video to this game, the first in potentially a series of playthroughs on this if you guys want to see more. And with that said, I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you can leave a like, comments down below, and of course subscribe for more videos just like this one, and I will see you all on the next one.
Speaking of the pants, I drew stuff on. I drew a grenade on them and a few other things recently. Should we watch another? Should we watch another one of these or move on? I'll keep that there, but also, that was a very early 2000s style intro there. Move on up. Old childhood friends started to begin drifting away from playing the game as we grew up, so wanted to record something for the last time. Okay, yeah, that's normal. As you get older, you don't really feel like continuing to play games.
Hi there.
Oh, we've even got the unregistered Hypercam too.
Are you ready to experiment?
This feels very much like Baby's first YouTube video, 2003 edition.
I need you to sign a waiver that ensures that Milton Schoolhouse is not responsible for any accidents that occur while experimenting. Joking. Nothing bad will happen. Although I can't guarantee that. Joking again. However, I can guarantee that you will have a lot of fun. Let's begin. I need you to grab me a red and blue ball from my cabinet. I'll get the equipment ready, and then I'll meet you back at the counter.
This is certainly a...
Hey, student? Is this, I'm sorry, student. I can't help you with this problem.
Very interesting, I guess.
Mixing colors with other colors can produce a whole new color. These are called secondary colors. I brought one of my siblings, Roni, to help demonstrate. Hi, Roni. Do you know your colors? Red, orange, yellow.
I know my colors.
Whoa, what was that?
Which two colors make purple?
Red and blue.
Correct. Student, can you mix red and blue to a vial on the left?
I was totally not paying attention for half a second and I missed something. God damn it. Also, this may or may not be a little sneaky weaky preview of Spooky Scary Saturday.
Terrific. Now, Roni, what two colors mixed together make green?
Yellow and blue?
Right again. You know the drill, student.
I see a fire exit.
What two colors mixed together?
Whoa, hey, what happened with the red?
Aw, you chose the wrong color. Try again. What two colors mixed together make green?
I guess we're just gonna ignore that. Cool.
Sorry, students. I only know geography and history. Feel free to stop by my classroom at any time.
The music's weird. Feels like Vinesauce stream music.
That was fun.
What the hell?
Hi, are you free tomorrow? I'm starting to, remember some things. About Jamie. Okay, thank you, Mrs. Eastward.
What? Barely. I can barely read what you're writing. I cannot read this at all. I really can't read this. It's so fuzzy. The quality is jank. But that's old videos for you. Well then. That, certainly happened. I'm so sorry, guys. I genuinely cannot even begin to fathom any kind of reaction to that. I really don't know.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Miller, and the SCP we're going to be looking at today is SCP-1805. Object Class: Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. When SCP-1805 is in an active phase, it is to be kept in a standard humanoid containment cell in Site-17. When SCP-1805 is in an inactive phase, it is to be wrapped in a lint-free protective sheet and placed in a standard anomalous item locker. SCP-1805 does not require food, water, or oxygen, even during an active phase. SCP-1805 requires periodic cleaning with non-solvent-based antiseptic cleaners externally on a bi-weekly basis and internally on a weekly basis, as well as immediately after intimate contact.
Intimate?
While in an active phase...
Whoa! Hold your freaking horses, dear man. Intimate? You just gonna drop that on us like a brick? Just... Intimate? You're joking. It's an anomaly. What? A haunted sex doll. Yeah, I guess so. Who would want to do something intimate with that? That is so weird.
SCP-1805 has shown willingness to perform such cleaning itself. In an inactive phase, such cleaning should be performed by D-Class personnel. Intimate contact is only permitted between SCP-1805 and approved test subjects. Imprinted test subjects shall be contained along with SCP-1805 until their termination. Under no circumstances should a living test subject be removed from SCP-1805's presence after imprinting. If separation of test subjects and SCP-1805 is necessary, early termination of test subjects by Foundation personnel is permitted. While SCP-1805 appears cooperative, any requests by it or imprinted test subjects shall require approval by a minimum of 2 Level 3 personnel or the site director. Description: SCP-1805 is a life-sized, anatomically correct female mannequin intended for use as an adult-themed doll.
Well,
It was marketed under the trademark and manufactured by in 2000.
apparently it is.
It has a PVC skeleton with steel joints and flesh made of medical-grade silicon. The object shows considerable wear, with its original pigmentation faded or missing over roughly 30% of its surface. When SCP-1805 is in an inactive phase, it is indistinguishable from other products of similar manufacture. When an adult male subject intimately engages with SCP-1805, SCP-1805 will enter into an active phase and imprint on the subject. This active phase will proceed.
You walked in on the SCP file for a haunted sex toy. Specifically a real doll or sex doll. I have a great amount of distaste for these things for a number of reasons. The main is they're so weird. Like, where do you gotta go wrong in your life for that to be your only option, man? I need to wipe off my hair real quick. Ick. More paint. Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty well out there, even for the SCP Foundation. I'll be honest. It is certainly very odd. But also, why does this exist?
Persist as long as the imprinted subject remains alive and in the presence of SCP-1805, and will cease sometime between 5 and 10 days afterwards. In an active phase, SCP-1805 is capable of autonomous motion, speech, and intellectual activity. SCP-1805 appears to have mental and sensory capabilities comparable to a human female of 19 to 25 years of age. Its speech is clear and comprehensible, but it appears unable to alter either volume or inflection. SCP-1805 appears intelligent and possessive of a capacity for self-awareness, but is unwilling or unable to acknowledge the fact that it is not human. When asked about the events during its inactive phase, SCP-1805 will relate some fictional narrative, with SCP-1805 in the role of a housewife in a suburban setting, always as a spouse to the last subject SCP-1805 was imprinted to. It is suspected that these narratives are constructed by SCP-1805 around the imprinted subject as it enters an active phase. When SCP-1805 imprints on a subject, it will express extreme affection, devotion, and possessiveness for the subject, regardless of the subject's behavior toward SCP-1805.
Oh, that's not good.
SCP-1805 will use terms of endearment with the subject, such as darling and beloved, and refer to the subject as its husband to third parties. SCP-1805 attempts to acquiesce to any expressed desire of the imprinted subject regardless of its nature, though actions seem subject to SCP-1805's understanding. SCP-1805 has, upon occasion, taken metaphorical or idiomatic expressions literally. SCP-1805 is also extremely possessive and will not permit the subject to leave SCP-1805's presence or vice versa. SCP-1805 will react violently to any attempts to separate them and will likely cause harm to the subject, itself, or others.
Goodness.
SCP-1805
So,
also will show
it's not just a haunted sex doll, it's a yandere haunted sex doll. Ooh, very... What the fuck?
extreme negative reaction to any suggestion that the subject does not reciprocate SCP-1805's affection, or that the subject shares affection or even substantial interest for any other object or individual. This not only applies to current intimate interest by the subject, but to any sign of affection, interest, or attention, current historical, or hypothetical.
Oh, goodness.
SCP-1805 has shown violent rages when subjects have expressed positive feelings for past girlfriends, pets, children, parents, and fictional characters. SCP-1805's
Goodness.
devotion to an imprinted subject appears to subside upon death of the subject. No anomalous effects have been observed in test subjects themselves after imprinting. Addendum 1. Interview with SCP-1805, 1/12/2000. Interview I, 1805-27. Interviewer, Dr. Forward. As part of ongoing testing, SCP-1805 imprinted on D21344, a 45-year-old male offender with history of domestic violence. SCP-1805 was contained with D21344 for 84 hours before SCP-1805 terminated D21344. Interview conducted after the remains of D21344 were removed from containment. Begin log. 1/12/2000, 11:30.
I want to ask you about D21344.
His name was John.
Why did you kill him?
He was false, an adulterer.
According to our records, he was
yeah.
divorced.
I should have been enough for him. He shouldn't have pretended to love me.
According to surveillance videos, he struck you at least 37 times, even when you were performing rather unpleasant requests from him. But you're saying he was pretending to love you.
You don't understand.
I admit, I don't.
Love, honor, and obey. Those were our vows. I took them seriously. John didn't.
End log.
Very
Closing
odd.
statement. After 6 days, SCP-1805 entered an inactive state and was placed in storage. Addendum 2. Interview with SCP-1805, 5/28/2000. Interviewer, Dr. Forward. On 5/27/2000, SCP-1805 was involved in a near-containment breach when the imprinted test subject D12787 attempted to take SCP-1805 hostage. D12787 threatened SCP-1805 with a solvent apparently smuggled from D12787 demonstrated melting 30% of the silicon flesh off of SCP-1805's left forearm. SCP-1805 allowed this to occur as D12787 made demands for and a private plane. When Mobile Task Force agents were dispatched to the containment chamber, D12787 ordered SCP-1805 to kill them. SCP-1805 successfully strangled one agent to death before D12787 was terminated, after which SCP-1805 ceased attacking. During the attack, SCP-1805 was struck by 10 rounds of .45 caliber ammunition, causing significant damage to its torso, head, and left leg. Begin log. 5/28/2000, 01/27.
You realized you murdered one of our agents.
Yes, I am sorry.
We sent them in to protect you.
I didn't have a choice. I pledged myself.
D12787 was willing to destroy you.
You don't understand. We were soulmates, created for each other. I could no more deny him than I could deny breathing.
You don't breathe. I know you were devoted to D12787.
Sam. His name was Sam.
He ordered you to kill all of the agents, but you stopped. Why?
Till death do us part, Doctor.
End log. Closing statement. SCP-1805 remained in an active state for 10 days after the termination of D12787, the longest time so far recorded. In that time, all gross physical damage to SCP-1805 repaired itself through an unknown mechanism. Repaired material showed additional loss of pigmentation and signs of wear. When SCP-1805 entered an inactive state, it was placed back in storage. Okay, I think that about does it for today. Thank you for listening, if indeed you still are, and you are all dismissed.
That
Goodbye.
is, certainly one of the stranger things the SCP Foundation has, yes?
I would like to give a special thank you to Zargaran, Oh Crap Guy, Rowan O'Brien, Chris Lawler, James Saba, Lost Boy, Signar, Your Local Foundation Agent, Zazapan, Cupster, Dean Dingus,
You
Braided
gotta
H,
wonder what the SCP Foundation's thinking sometimes.
Mr. Duchuk, Sarovos,
Yeah, that one was
Oscurovision,
really far out there, man.
Grimnir, Extra Moments 123, Swift Raw, Ebivy, and Simon the Skink. If you would like a special thank you at the end of each of my videos, and some other cool stuff as well, visit patreon.com/The Volgan. Thank you.
So it seems that you can, or it can, regenerate itself, but it causes a loss of pigmentation. I remember all the IO games were. Certainly odd. I don't really remember what Agario was about. I always thought of it like a petri dish simulator, almost. There's paint all over me. Yeah, still seeing little mistakes here and there. We gotta fix. Wow. This whole thing has gotten a very weird vibe to it. How we watch something a little more normal. Moth Tide. Ooh, that sounds fun. Let's listen to this one real quick by the Volgun, and let's end it there, I guess.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Miller, and the SCP we're going to be looking at today is SCP-5758. Object Class, Keter. Special Containment Procedures. Following the events detailed in SCP-5758 Addendum, no attempt is to be made to interfere with SCP-5758 or the movement of SCP-5758-1. Due to its small size and relatively low refractive index, no images of SCP-5758-1 have been produced to date. Should images of SCP-5758-1 be produced in the future, they are to be immediately discredited or explained to be an optical illusion as most appropriate. Description: SCP-5758 is the collective designation for the phenomena and entities surrounding the Tabun Tomb, TT-147, and the modern cult of Khonsu. SCP-5758-1 is a group of Achaea lineardi, a tropical species of moth. Over the course of a lunar month, SCP-5758-1 journeys to and from the moon, first traveling towards the moon for 14 days, waxing to full moon, and returning to Tabun Tomb TT-147 during the following 14-day period. On the night of the new moon, members of the cult of Khonsu will visit Tomb TT-147. One male and one female cultist will enter the tomb and make their way to the rear chamber. Once there, they will perform an extensive ritual, ultimately culminating in coitus. SCP-5758, extract from ritual text.
More normal
Extract
than what
from
we were
ritual text recovered from the cult of Khonsu, titled The Night of Power. At source, the text is shown in both Demotic script and as an English translation.
On the night of power does a moon kneel before his bride, here where the journey begins and ends. On the night of power does a moon lie atop his bride, and place within her the traveler's seed. O Khonsu, witness here your own creation, the joining of us two within this tomb of plenty. O Khonsu, witness here our embrace, beneath the shroud of your rebirthing.
SCP-5758-2 is the male offspring resulting from the successful completion of this ritual. Based on records kept by the cult of Khonsu, there are 642 living instances of SCP-5758-2. A further 82 individuals born as a result of the ritual are still alive, but no longer meet the criteria required to complete the ritual cycle. All SCP-5758-2 instances are raised within the cult until mid-adolescence, at which time they are strongly encouraged to leave Egypt. Despite this, all have maintained relationships with their parents and other cult members. When the combined mass of SCP-5758-1 drops below the lower threshold, estimated at approximately 1 million instances, the oldest eligible instance of SCP-5758-2 will develop a craving for the vegetation from Ricinus communis, Rus coriaria, and fruit from the citrus family. Approximately 3 to 6 months later, the affected instance will return to Thebes, where it will be welcomed back into the cult. On the night of the next full moon, the SCP-5758-2 instance will be taken to Tomb TT-147, where its parents will wrap it in linen and place it in the outer chamber. Then, on the night before the next new moon, the linen outer wrappings will split, releasing several hundred new SCP-5758-1 instances. Newly emerged SCP-5758-1 instances are identical to existing SCP-5758-1 and are immediately assimilated into the group. Discovery: SCP-5857-1 was first observed in 1922 by Foundation operatives working on nearby archaeological excavations. Given the apparent low-risk nature of the anomaly, minimal containment strategies were put in place. Whilst based on anecdotal evidence, the cult of Khonsu was noted as a potential group of interest. Operatives were unable to locate any modern cult members, and the group was recorded to be defunct. On 20/08/2000, Kelly Watt contacted Avon and Somerset Police to report her long-term partner, Michael Kahn, designated SCP-5758-2A, as missing. Watt claimed that SCP-5758-2A had been acting unusually for a 2-month period prior to disappearance. SCP-5758-2A had previously mentioned that his family were members of a religious group known as the Cult of Khonsu, and the inclusion of this detail in statements resulted in the case being flagged for Foundation attention.
Oh boy.
Given that the Cult of Khonsu had no reason to anticipate any investigation, Mobile Task Force Theta-14 were quickly able to confirm SCP-5758-2A's travel route. Various belongings, including a phone, passport, and diary, were recovered from a property belonging to SCP-5758-2A's parents. Similar materials belonging to an additional 84 missing persons and archives documenting the activities of the cult were also retrieved from properties associated with
evil
cult
moth
members.
cult.
SCP-5758, Extracts from Diary, SCP-5758-1A. Note: SCP-5758-2A's diary was recovered from a property belonging to George and Alia Khan.
05/07/2003. It was the most delicious thing I'd ever tasted. Just simple trout in lemon butter, but I couldn't get enough of it. I went back for more the next day, and the next. Even asked for the recipe. Sumac in the sauce. I think I knew then, but I wasn't ready to accept it. I guess no one ever really is. It wasn't that I didn't remember. Who could forget? But I was 35 years old. Surely there must be some flaw or imperfection to disqualify me by now. Every day since 30, I was more and more sure I wouldn't be called. Time leaves no man untouched. But time is something I've run out of. This time, at least. I quit my job a week later. Phoned my parents to let them know, your son is coming home. My bag is almost packed. I'm settling my affairs, and I told her it was me.
Okay, we're going for something completely different. No more SCP Foundation stuff. None of that. We're going for something else. Or not. No, yeah, let's go for one more thing. Something new, something not quite as strange. Here we go. IMR Scary Tales. They're always good for a good story, yeah?
I'm a former Costco member.
Far more normal.
If you don't know what Costco is, you pay a monthly fee in order to shop at the store. The prices are a little bit cheaper and you can buy things in bulk, which is why there's a membership. The store is massive and they also have a gas station at most locations. This is generally at the back of the parking lot and you can get cheaper gas if you're a member. When I was a member there, the store would always be super busy. When I shopped, people would seemingly be everywhere.
What the fuck did my husband... Hold on. What the frick? Chat, I'm gonna be honest, I think today might just be one of those days where everything's slightly weird and cursed for no discernible reason.
So it made sense, but it still surprised me. Even more busy than the store, though, was the gas station. I know how everybody goes crazy over gas prices, so I think all of the members like to get gas at Costco. I would always get my gas there when I was a member, because I would save a lot of money. Plus, I only lived about 10 minutes away from the store. One time, I had to go grocery shopping at Costco and get gas as well. I was almost out when I pulled into the parking lot, saw a long line of cars for the gas station. This was not all that uncommon, but I had never seen it quite as long as it was on this particular day. There were 4 gas pumps, so 8 total cars could be fueling at once.
Shingo.
Costco had a few employees out there to work near the gas station, and had 2 people literally there to help control the line. It would have been chaos without them, but even with them, it was bad. There were 2 main lines of cars, and probably 5 to 10 cars in each line. That's how backed up it was. I considered waiting until later to get gas, but ultimately decided to just get in the back of the line. I went into the left line and committed to it. Things actually started to move faster than I expected them to. I moved up a couple of spaces, but was still last in line. Soon, some other people joined in behind me, and in the next line as well. Luckily for me, the line that I was in for some reason was moving faster than the other one. I guess I just got lucky. When there was just one car in front of me waiting to get gas, somebody left. The car in front of me moved up. I was about to drive up, and then I would be on deck, but as I started driving, I saw the car in the other line to the right try pulling in front of me. I couldn't believe it. This guy was supposed to stay in his line. Nobody was just switching lines. I didn't let him in and quickly pulled forward. He had to stop and then was like diagonal between the line that he had been in and my line. He then honked at me, but I didn't care. After that, though, I saw his door open up. He actually got out and started yelling at me. He was a bigger guy, but not that tall. He had a dark mustache, and his head was
out there.
I rolled down my window a little and yelled back to stay in his line. The guy started cursing and yelling at me, saying how I wasn't moving up fast enough and he was in a hurry. He started going, "Some of us have places to be." The guy was causing a whole scene. Someone else actually rolled down their window and told him to get back inside of his car. Within minutes, one of the employees that was working over there came over and tried to calm the guy down. He finally went back inside of his vehicle. Then, it was finally my turn to get gas. I did, and then left the gas station and headed to the Costco parking lot. I parked my car and then went inside. When I was inside, I got a cart and started shopping for the things that I was getting. Not a whole lot, just a few food items. I pushed my cart down one aisle and got some things.
IMR Scary Tales always has an interesting art style to their videos.
I didn't think anything of it. The person was walking really fast and passed me on the right side. When they passed me, I saw who it was. The same guy who had yelled at me before.
Look, this is gonna happen a lot. people are just gonna think they are owed, like, something for some reason. Especially in grocery stores.
After passing me, he went right in front of my cart and then abruptly stopped. I had to stop quickly, and my cart hit the guy in his back a little. He then turned around and asked me what my effing problem was and flipped me off. I had enough of this guy. I told him to leave me alone, and I was tired of his nonsense, but probably didn't say it quite like that. The guy cursed at me one more time and then walked away. I watched him go back towards the front of the store. I was really glad to see him gone. Our interaction inside the store lasted for no more than a minute. I was able to continue my shopping without any more problems. I looked around almost constantly to make sure that I wouldn't go near the guy, in case he was still inside the store. I just wanted to avoid him, because he seemed to be nothing but trouble. But luckily, I didn't see him for the rest of the time that I was shopping in there. I checked out and then left the store. I walked back to my car in the parking lot, only to see that it was all scratched up. The guy had keyed my car. My car is black, and both sides had about 4 or 5 long scratch marks on them. I was so angry and knew exactly who had done it. I called the police right there and waited for them to arrive. Then I told them the whole story. I didn't know the man's name or license plate, but I did know his car. Plus, I figured that he was a Costco member. He ended up being located and was forced to pay for my car to be repaired. He was also banned from Costco. After that experience, though, I hope that I never see him again. I no longer have a Costco membership. That's not the reason why I stopped it. I just prefer to go to other stores now. I will never forget that experience, though.
I mean, it's not the best I've seen for sure, but I've also seen a lot worse.
I used to have a Costco membership.
It's a very
I had to
unique
cancel it
thing.
after what was one of the creepiest experiences of my life. It all started last summer. I would shop at Costco every single week. I had a routine that I would go every Saturday morning and buy all of my items for the week. I would usually get most of the same items as well. Most of it was food and things like that, and it would usually take me less than 30 minutes to get it all done. The membership saved me lots of money because I used it so frequently. Plus, there was a Costco just over 5 minutes away from my house. One time, I went to Costco like any other and then returned back home. Everything was fine, and later in the day, I got the mail. I lived in a small but nice house in a pretty typical neighborhood. When I got my mail, most of it was just bills and advertisements, but I had this one letter that stood out from the rest. It was typed, but seemed like an actual letter, because it wasn't professional looking or anything. There was no return address, and it didn't say who it was from either, but it did say, "Please read." When I opened it up, it was a typed letter on one piece of paper to me. The letter said, "Hi, you're a beautiful woman, and I love to watch you shop every week at Costco. I'm writing you this because I want to meet you sometime soon." After I read this, I thought to myself, is somebody stalking me or is this a joke? I didn't really know though. I had never noticed anybody following me around Costco or anything. I never went when it was all that busy either, so I thought I would have noticed. Usually, it would be about 10 a.m. when the store was still fairly quiet. I considered not going to Costco the next week. Ultimately, though, I chose to go. I wanted to save money, and I figured that it was just a dumb joke or something. For the next
I have a
Saturday came,
hangnail
I
on
went
my
back to the
hand, and that's
Costco
very
at my usual
annoying and
time.
painful. Oh,
It opened
cute.
at 9:30, and I would get there at about 10 and be gone by 10:30. I started doing my normal shopping, going down all of the aisles I typically did, getting all of the products. I was careful to pay attention to if somebody was following me or not, but I didn't notice anyone. About halfway through, I was in one of the aisles towards the back of the store.
Where's your hangnail
On each
at?
side of the aisles, there were lots of pallets
It's
on the
hard to
ground.
see because of all the
There would be
paint.
products
your
on
thumb?
the pallets that
Yeah.
you can buy. If you've never been to Costco before,
Near this
you can
edge
buy things
here.
in bulk, and the store is kind of like a giant warehouse. Most of the products are not displayed the way that they are at maybe a Target or a
Thank
Walmart.
you.
So I was shopping, and for whatever reason, looked to the right. There were these products on pallets, and behind the products, I saw a man hiding back there. He
Creepy.
was far back and hidden really well. He was also looking right at me. When I saw him,
Oh,
he
this
quickly
is some
ducked
nasty
down.
teeth.
I walked away and immediately went to the checkouts. This guy had to be the one who wrote me the letter. I didn't get a great look at him, but he seemed to be in his 20s and had darker hair. When I got to the checkout, I told the employee at the register about it. She said that she would talk to her manager about it. I just wanted to leave though, and I figured that the guy would probably leave or hide before they got there. I left, and that same day canceled my Costco membership. There was no way that I could go back there. This really creeped me out, because apparently some guy had been watching me every time that I shopped. I had no idea, because he probably hid in the aisles just about every time. Later that night, I was at home by myself and got a knock on the door at like 8 p.m. I got up and went to the window and looked outside. It was the same guy that had been hiding in the Costco. My heart started racing. He knocked again after I didn't answer the door right away. I stayed in the living room and just wanted him to leave. After about 5 minutes, he knocked once more. I still was not going to answer. I stayed where I was, and after a little while, I thought that he left until I heard a knock coming from the back side of my house. He was now at the back door. This was creeping me out too much, and I called the police on him. He wasn't trying to break in, but was certainly trying hard to get me to answer. I didn't know what he was going to do if I did. He didn't knock for a long time, and I think then that he actually left. When the police got there, they looked around outside and couldn't find the guy anywhere. They said that if he came back, for me to not hesitate to call. For the rest of that night, though, he didn't come back. I didn't see him for several days, and was not going to go back to Costco either. But later that week, I got another letter from him. This letter was a little bit longer than the first. He said that he was disappointed that I didn't want to talk to him, and even more disappointed that I called the police on him. But then he said that he was sorry and was not going to bother me anymore. I was really surprised to read that, but the crazy thing is that after that letter, I haven't heard from him or seen him since. It's amazing to me how he stopped after going to such lengths. I mean, he found out where I lived and watched me while hiding inside of Costco. I guess he had enough common sense to know that I got the police involved, and he would possibly get in some serious trouble if he continued. Either way, I'm glad that I haven't seen him since, and I hope that I never see him or hear
Guy's got some crazy hair.
I had a Costco membership last year, just for a couple of months. It seemed like a good deal, and at first I liked it a lot. I would shop there at least one time per week, but usually more. One day, I went there to get some groceries and everyday items. I had a lot of shopping to do that day, and Costco was not the only store that I had to go to. There was one other store that I would be going to afterwards. I spent a while shopping inside Costco, and when I was done, I was really hungry. I stopped at the cafe that they had at the front of the store. There was an area to buy food and drinks and some tables set up around it. I got some pizza and churros and went to one of the tables to eat. I did not want to eat in my car. I was at a table on the side, kind of in the corner of the cafeteria area. I was just minding my own business, eating, and looked up to see this guy staring right at me. He was sitting in front of me.
Whoa, dude looks like an owl.
Between us. The guy was staring at me so intense that it instantly creeped me out. He had these wide eyes, and I looked down right away. When I looked up again, he was still staring. Was this guy joking around? It didn't really seem like it. I didn't know him either, and couldn't think of why he would be staring at me like this. I didn't bother.
Maybe bro wants a kiss.
It was really weird, and I decided to just go out to my car and leave. I got up from the table and walked away. When I did, luckily, the man remained at his table sitting there. I went out to the parking lot and found my car. I got inside and finished eating my churros in there. Then I headed to my final stop of the day, one last store.
Blue.
This store was just 5 minutes away, and it was pretty busy when I got there, just like Costco had been. I drove to find an open parking space towards the back and parked my car. Then I went inside and did my shopping. It didn't take as long in there.
Oh,
maybe
that
about
arm
15
animation
minutes.
was weird.
I came back out and got to my car and went inside of it. When I did, across the parking lot, I saw the same guy. He was sitting inside of a car in the driver's seat and staring at me almost the same way that he had been earlier at Costco.
That's odd.
This creeped me out even more so than before. I immediately backed out and started driving away to leave. The problem was that I kind of had to drive by his car to exit the parking lot. As I drove past him, I saw his car pull out and began driving behind me. My heart sank when I saw this. Now I was leaving the parking lot with this creep right behind me.
Oh no.
I turned right and he did the same. Then I drove down the road for a little ways and turned again. He remained right on my tail. I didn't even care about going home anymore at that point. I just started randomly driving, turning at almost every opportunity. Soon, I didn't really even know where I was anymore. I was just going down random quiet roads. I got inside of a residential area, and the guy was still following me. It became clear to me that this guy would follow me wherever I went. I wasn't sure what to do. But that's when I finally got the idea to go to the police station. I put the closest one in on my phone, and then followed the directions to get there. It took maybe 10 minutes, with the guy following me the entire time. When I got there, I pulled into the parking lot, and the guy didn't. He kept driving down the road. It worked, just as I hoped it would. I waited there for a while before actually going home. I was afraid that the guy would be waiting around some corner or something and then keep following me, but luckily he wasn't. I was able to make it home safely and did not see him again.
Alright, but like, why?
I used to work at Costco. My job was mainly as a cashier up at the check lanes. I had this job for 6 months, and it was okay. Something really scary happened once, though, so I thought I would share my experience. It all started on a Friday night. I was working a shift where I got off at 8 p.m. I'm not sure when I started, but it wasn't too long of a shift. Things went by pretty easy, and I know that it was dark outside.
Oh, I love those kinds of shifts.
After clocking out, I left the store to go to my car. I had parked at the back end of the parking lot, kind of in the middle.
I love the shifts where it just goes by easy breezy.
There were some more businesses of other stores and restaurants, but they were separated by a row of trees. I was excited to go home after a long day of work, and I got within like 20 feet of my car and took out my keys. I was about to push the unlock button on my key fob when I saw something. Somebody was inside of my car. I stopped in my tracks.
Wait, how?
It appeared as though there was a man sitting in the back seat of my car. He was looking in the other direction and not towards me. I double-checked to make sure that this was in fact my car. I knew that it was. But why was somebody inside of it? I didn't go any further.
How is better?
And walked back for the Costco entrance. My mind was racing. I was trying to figure out how and why somebody would be inside of my car, and I was also wondering what I should do about it now. I found a coworker inside of the store who I was friendly with, and told her about what had happened. She offered to come outside with me and look to see if the person was still there. We both walked out, and slowly
You're really taking a girl out with you?
We stopped at about 50 feet away and looked. It looked like he was gone now. We didn't see anything. We walked closer to the car. Very carefully, we made it within probably 10 feet. That's when we could see the guy was still there and ducking down in the back. Luckily, he did not see us. I walked back a ways, and my coworker told me to hit the unlock button to my car to see if the guy would leave. I did, and we waited, kind of hiding behind another car. The guy did not leave my vehicle, though. We could no longer see him because he was ducked down still, but we would be able to tell if he left my car. He stayed inside. After waiting for like 30 seconds to a minute, we both headed back inside of Costco. We were thinking about calling the police. After talking for several minutes inside and talking to another coworker about it, I decided that I would. I walked back.
Bro, you should have called the police as soon as you saw someone in your car who was not supposed to be in your car. Like, what's he gotta do? Run at you with a knife?
Of Costco as I began dying.
Bro is so
it was
slow.
At this point that I saw the guy actually get out of my car. He left out the rear passenger side door, which was the farthest away from me. Then I saw him slip away behind the trees leading to some other businesses nearby. I carefully walked back to my car. I kept my eyes on the trees the entire time. The guy was now out of my sight, and who knows where, but if he came back, I would see him. I was able to get inside of my car and lock the doors. Then, finally, I drove back to my house.
Did he leave his car doors
unlocked? I looked throughout my car. Everything seemed the same. I never really kept anything of value inside of it. In fact, I didn't really have anything in it at all. So nothing was stolen, and nothing was damaged either. I don't know what the guy was doing in there, but it really gives me the creeps. Did he know that it was specifically my car, or was this a random thing? I don't know. I figured that I must have forgotten to lock my car doors though. Usually I always remember to lock them, but it must have slipped my mind. I don't know how else to explain him being able to get inside of my car. I'm just glad that he left though. He must have realized that I knew he was in my car when I unlocked it, but never got inside.
That's... You cannot tell me that this guy actually thought of not calling the cops when he saw a whole, like, a person and a human being inside of his car that was not there. Yeah, definitely gonna need to wash myself off of all this paint. Yeah, that's a 911 emergency there, broski. Anyways, I'm gonna end it here. Saturday is Spooky Scary Saturday as always. We're probably gonna be reacting to a Corey Kenshin Spooky Scary Sunday video. As well as a few other videos. Other than that, take care, everybody. Good night. Stay awesome, possums. Thanks for hanging out with me for now, but I gotta go play possum for a little while. Good night, everybody.